What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about SoundHound, I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what is really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is up 4.34%, 1104 the low, 1188 the high, and a fair amount of volume. So 37 million shares being traded, 39 is the average. Market does close in roughly 12 minutes, so a good amount of volume overall. And I think in general, there's a lot to talk on. What caused this spike? What caused this low, and what's causing this kind of nice push into the close of the business day today. So what caused this spike right here was this news. So Peter Piper Pizza rolls, so say that 10 times fast, rolls out voice AI phone ordering, and that's going to be powered by SoundHound. So pretty good stuff. Market initially liked it, caused it to go higher. I'll break it down on what shorts did during that time frame to really kill the momentum, but nonetheless, market like this. And this is something that I've kind of complained about in the past about SoundHound, because the last couple PRs has been very vague and just more broad. Whereas this news, clearly the market liked it because it was specific to SoundHound, shows that they're out there getting partners, and most likely there's going to be a lot, as what they even said in their last earnings, in the second half of 2025. So at the end of the day, I think this is good. Market liked it, but what is really causing SoundHound to move higher is data, as well as what might be coming in the foreseeable future. So starting off, we did have PPI that came out at 0%. Forecast for that was 0.3. So very good stuff. So it shows on a more of a wholesale level that inflation is going down. So market loved this. Kind of definitely 180 from yesterday, but nonetheless, one thing that did cause this downtrend and at the same time what's causing this kind of FOMO in the market is Trump drama. So Trump woke up on the wrong side of the bed again today, really wanted to go after Powell. And I think at the end of the day, right now, how it stands is that White House is drafting up a letter. So you kind of have conflicting stuff. So you had the White House state that they're drafting up a letter to pretty much fire Powell. Market loved it. And then you have Trump kind of denying it. This isn't the first time that we've had kind of conflicting data points where the White House says one thing, Trump says another, but clearly the market is seeing this as very optimistic, because if Powell is out, it is fair to assume whoever is going to be replacing them is going to be doing a 50 basis point cut first round. So this is pretty much exactly what Trump did mention, is that if he was the chair, he would do a 50 basis point cut first time. So I think at the end of the day, that's what the market is starting to price in, rate cuts. And that's one thing that the market was really yearning for, and that was the next big catalyst. And it has been fixated on interest rate cuts. So at the end of the day, that's what's causing the market high to go higher into the close of business. And if that does actually come to realization, so right now all this is speculation, but if there is actually Powell getting kicked out, then the market, most likely, you're going to see a lot of growth stocks move to higher highs. As far as what shorts are doing, at the time of doing this video, they are increasing roughly 97,000 shares. 33.24% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 120 million shares overall are being shorted. Like I said though, SoundHound did have a nice push higher because of their news, as probably as well PPI, but you did have shorts at the peak straight away once the market did open, or within the first 15 minutes, increasing 2.4 million. So that's what really killed the momentum, caused SoundHound to go down. And then the rest was associated to Trump. But moving on from here though, as far as options, 6.1 million in calls, 2.2 in puts. So fairly heavy volume day for the options. 45% of all the options being done are bullish and optimistic in nature. From the bulls standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that 12 to 12.50 by the end of this Friday. And then the bears are anticipating for it to be kind of between that 11 and 11.50. So definitely, given where we're at, a lot more upside is anticipated. One thing to take note of though is there was a new analyst rating. It's been a while since I've done a SoundHound video, I think a good 2 or 3 days, so my apologies on that. But there was a downgrade, $12 price target, Piper Sandler. James, who does have a 57% success rating. So it's not all that great, but given where SoundHound is at, $12 does seem to be pretty optimistic. So as a consensus, $11.50 is that price target, representing a 2.58% downside. So I think at the end of the day, SoundHound is just one of those very innovative disruptors that the market just does not understand. And this is why it is in Daniel Ives's ETF, because all those stocks in there are largely misunderstood. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of a good thing overall. But aside from all of that, though, these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So a lot of big transactions. So big money's paying attention to it, which is always good for a momentum stock. And then these are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool. Dark pool is very popular, so this is often enough used by shorts. So this is where they hide a lot of their transactions when they were returning, where they're increasing, and everything else. But with it right now at 1178, it is trading right now between this R3 and this R2. So 1141 is going to be a strong support. 1214 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So that 1214 hasn't been touched, so most likely that's going to be something to watch for tomorrow, because if we do have good data, and so tomorrow I do believe we have retail sales and then initial jobless claims. If that does come in better than anticipated, then you could see easily that 1214, and then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to that 1406. Aside from the analyst rating, there isn't really any articles coming out associated to SoundHound. On the actual chart, things are still looking pretty a-okay, so it is above all the key pivotal moving averages that I like to look at, so the 50, 100, and 200. Stochastic RSI, because of the recent consolidation, it moved from overbought to rather on the low end, so still neutral, but it's still better than being overbought. So that does mean if we have some good FOMO, SoundHound will be able to positively benefit from that and really move higher. But even on a technical standpoint, there was more room for it to essentially consolidate and go down, but I think that we might be, at least for this week, unless something crazy does happen, you should be seeing a nice move higher. So yeah, I think higher highs are coming for SoundHound, so big things coming. Let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. What do you feel is going to be the next big catalyst? Do you think it's going to be their earnings, or do you think they have more of these partnerships in their back pocket that they are going to be kind of letting people know? Because I've seen some posts on Reddit about a lot of partnerships, so far unannounced partnerships, but do you think they're waiting strategically for something? Like, what's your general thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you are looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.